Hello everyone. How are you doing? So I'm back for part 3. It's still the second day only. So I've taken the time to eat dinner, took a pretty long break, almost 2 hours I think. So now I feel refreshed and I certainly feel ready for more. So let's do this. I'm trying to get my test device. Just make sure everything's fine with the stream. And I'm struggling a little bit for some reason. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Um, I'm gonna be talking a little bit less. It is later at night. I'm also not gonna put on music. If you guys want to listen to music, I suggest you choose your own selection of songs, your own playlist, and you maybe put the volume to be a little bit calm. And yeah, let's just have fun and keep developing this Tetris game. So I'm just gonna show, yep, my webcam. There's the chat as well. I'm just gonna write a quick little message. Yep. So everything's fine. And yeah, let's just continue going. Just to recap really quick to see where we're at. We have this little Tetris game. Hmm. Yeah, the size of the window is not as good as it used to be, but yeah. So it feels pretty much like Tetris, except of course I can't make the pieces go faster by pressing down. I can't make them rotate by pressing up. I can only make them go side to side for now. The idea now is going to be that we're going to add the rest of the mechanics. As you can see as well, you never lose. So pieces just drop infinitely, uh, staying on the same spot where they are. So, okay. Now, the next thing we're going to do is, I'm not too sure. Do I want line clears to be the next one? Or do I want to be lost condition to be the next one? Honestly, I kind of feel like lost condition is not interesting. And I'm gonna have to add like a restart button or something. Or maybe press a key to restart. I don't really feel like doing that right now. I would much rather do the line clears. So when stop falling happens, update stuff on the grid and blah blah blah. It might also be an occasion to check out the entire grid, row by row, and if just like a bunch of stuff happens here, but like in stop falling, maybe I could just, once that has happened, maybe in another function, maybe in another function. Okay. Whoops. Then I could add a quick check if lines were completed. And then here I just do a quick clear lines. And now I just have to define a new function called clear lines. Doesn't really matter where the functions are. It's kind of messy code, but the goal is just to go fast. It's a game jam after all. A self-imposed game jam. I'm not part of any quote-unquote real game jam. I mean, game jams are just social conventions after all, but I'm making my own. So it was clear lines. So I'm gonna go line by line and check if all the squares on a line are not null, basically. So here I go for I don't need parentheses. So for I in, or let's say for call, not for row. Yeah, in the range of, and the range is gonna be row max. Call max. What I do at that point is gonna be right here. I'm gonna add a variable. Call to true. And as soon as I find a single, so if it's gonna be grid squares at position row times call max plus call is equal to square types. Yeah, square types dot null. Then I'm gonna say is full will be equal to false. And once it's false, do I continue? Continue is just gonna do that. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fine. It's okay, it's fine. And then I go back here. I'm back in the row after doing all the columns. And I do if is full. Then I can clear the line. And how do I do this, clearing the line? Well, oh boy, it's kind of annoying, right? Because if I clear the line, yeah, that's kind of annoying. If I clear the line, everything has to go down one. Okay, more simple than that. Var number of cleared lines. It's also going to be a very useful variable for when I want to add scoring to the game. Because if you score more than one lines at a time, you get a multiplicative score, right? So, like in Tetris, if I'm correct, doing a Tetris that clears 4 lines at a time, I think it does 20 times the score of a single line by itself. Something like that. So, that's pretty good. Okay, so if is full, then certainly number of clear lines plus equal 1. But also the cleared lines. Okay, yeah. The clear lines are not necessarily consecutive. I'm good. I'm gonna show a little drawing of what I mean right now. So let's say I have a board, you know, and I have like this flat or something, right? And then I have like a square, and I have like a line or something, and then I add a final line. Let's say this is complete. Oh yeah, and I have like this or something. Like maybe here I have like a full line, but here I don't. And also maybe I don't know, maybe I have like another long bar here or something. So I have another full line here, but not in the middle here. Right? So oh yeah, I didn't draw the thing. So like this, you know, like this, like this. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You understand what I mean, right? Lines could be, you know, there could be multiple lines but non-consecutive. So kind of tough to move things correctly, except if I move them one line at a time. And yeah, I mean, when you're moving stuff, you're moving from the top, right? Never from the sides. So you could actually just do it by column. Just clear for every column. Um, yeah, you could do that. So again, it's useful still to clear the lines, but yeah, once the line is fully cleared, you've seen every, you know, column in that row, then oh boy. Then I guess you do like yeah, your full is good, but then you go over the column again. No, you don't want to iterate the columns. You want to iterate on the rows. All of the rows until the row you're at, right? Hmm. Hmm. Yeah, because I'm thinking basically you're gonna loop through uh all of your row, looking at no no it, all of your column, looking at every row, and then you check like, oh, if I'm clearing two rows, right? I check two rows higher what was there, and then you bring it back. But then again, like you only do that if the line has been cleared and whatnot. So maybe I just clear one line at a time, right? I see a row is being cleared, I just bring everything back. The other row, you know, and whatnot, and you still increment the numbers and whatnot. And at the end, when you're done with your board, then you check the amount of rows cleared and you calculate the score. I think I'm going to do it like that. So that would mean that I go again, loop over the columns. No, that's not true. Over the rows up until the like from zero up until the number row that I currently clear, right? So something like for row in range row max. No, in range. Whoops. In range from something to row max. And you start at current row. So row 2 or something. And for every single one of them, you're going to want to change like the status and the color. Oh, yeah. So change color. This here. Maybe I could have like one function that's called like update grid or something. Update grid square. With the thing which is going to be the square type. row and yeah, maybe it just calculates the index while I'm at it in the function and change color, and then here with the index, but then I already have the index because I'm using it everywhere. Yeah, it's not too bad having to calculate the index. Okay, so here, just the index and the square type is good enough. So here is going to be the square type. Here's going to be the square type. Oh, but then, yeah, Kirby's proto index. So just index is good enough then. Oh, because no, there's grid index and there's that index. Oof, yeah, okay, that's kind of yeah, no, just square type is good enough. So you just say, hey, you're this square type, by the way. And then index is the grid index in this case. And here, update grid square. Right, that's what I want to do, I think. For row 2 in range. Row and row max, yeah. No, it's not from row to row max, it's from 0 to row. So just index row, basically. Oh, but it should include the current one as well. Because if I check the range function, I can check here. Range. Well, you know, I think it's exclusive. Okay, so up to the current one. Up to and including the current one. I update grid square, and I can give it an index. So the index would be the current row. So row 2. Times call max plus call column. Oh, it's for every column you're gonna do this one. Right. Oh boy. Triple loop. Gotta love that. Yeah, call again. That one's fine. Like this. And row 2 in range, blah blah blah. Call max plus call. Because yeah, you do that for every column. So in every row, if you've cleared the row, then for every column, for every row, up to the row you're at. Okay, yeah, that's a loop. That's a loop. Upgrade grids. Yeah. Okay. Update. Yeah. And then var square type will be equal to the one just before, I think. Yeah, I think no matter what, the square type is the one just before. Square type, so it's going to be grid squares at position, like literally this. Oh yeah, from 1 to this, because I skip 0. Or do I? No, I don't actually. I don't. But if it's 0, instead of using this, I'm going to be doing the other one. So here it's actually var square type. Okay, wait. var square type. If it's actually going to be the else. And if is going to be if row 2 equals 0. Then square type is going to be equal to square types dot null, or actually not dot null, dot what was it called? Dot grid. Yeah, that's good. Maybe null. That's fine. That's fine. Null and but otherwise it's equal to square position plus call -1. No, not -1. It's row 2 -1 times call max. Yeah, that one. So one row higher, right? Times call max plus column. Okay. And then update grid square. Update grid square using this. Yeah, the index as well as square type. Okay. So that should be able to update the cleared lines every time. Yeah, I think it should. Number of cleared lines and whatnot. So yeah, update the type and the color, which should be enough. Like that's pretty much all the grid requires to look different and to, like know that it's different with the square types. Yeah, that's kind of weird, but I could try that. Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh no, but the if is full is required here. Okay, so maybe actually if not is full, continue. If it's not full, you just keep looping. Otherwise, you say, oh, you clear the line, do the thing. Yeah, that sounds like it's a pretty good idea. Do it like that. Falls pretty slow. Mm. Well, it's fine. Okay. Come on. I'm so close. No, not this one. Come on. Oh, come on, man. Yeah, I gotta try. The fact that I can't spin them makes it so much harder. It's so much harder. Oh no. Yes. Come on. Yeah. Oh, what? Um, wait. Oh my god, I'm so stupid. Oh my god. That's kind of a dumb because the way that I update the lines, the rows, um, is that I take the row above, right? But I start row 0. You set it to null. Row 1, take row 0. Row 2, take row 1. You can easily see how it just clears every line. So I need to go in reverse order actually. So in range, so for the columns it's fine, but it's the rows. I have to go from row +1, or actually no, from row to 0, and 0 should be included. So can a range be inverted like that? Oh, you can say -1, right? Range and steps before n. The argument n is exclusive. Okay, and here. Okay, good. So I have to do -1 and then -1. So it's gonna be 0 inclusive, yeah, row inclusive, -1 exclusive, so 0, and increasing by -1 in terms of steps. Okay, that should be fine, I think. Hey, hello, Miauri. Thanks for coming here. I'm trying to do a Tetris game as fast as possible, basically, in a single weekend. So it's day 2 right now. I only worked for like an hour and a half yesterday, so I don't know if I can really say that it's day 2. Might as well be day 1, but I'm so unlucky with the. Okay, no, I'm gonna have to restart. I'm trying to see if my line clear code that I just wrote works, and I mean, I'm very unlucky with my pieces, and I yet cannot rotate my pieces. So it's very hard to do a line clear when you can't rotate at all. So, it is what it is. Oh, come on, man. Really? I'm so I'm so unlucky. Okay, come on, come on. Okay. Please, long bar, something like that. Please. Oh my god, you're kidding me. Please, come on. What is this? No, 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 no. I'm gonna. Oh, yes, 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 yes. Okay, come on, come on. It worked. It worked. It worked. Okay, it worked. It worked. Yes, it worked. See, it's so good. It's so good. Okay. I could clear a line. I really need to rotate the pieces. I think it's the next thing I have to do. The problem with that is that collision is going to be so complicated with piece rotation, but I mean, oh wait. Oh, I think it's going to be super complicated, man. Cuz it's not going to work. Okay, wait. Okay. First off, very happy, very glad I can clear lines. Okay, that's good. That's a good start. But my current the way that I organize my pieces right now, it's kind of it's not good. Cuz I'm using proto pieces, like the definition of how the square is for these, like I'm using that, right, for the piece. So okay, wait, Kirby's proto. Okay, no, that's good. I do set the proto correctly. Oh yes, I do. Okay, nice, nice. Okay, no, it's fine. It's fine. I actually can rotate my blocks. Well, I mean, I technically yeah, you always can. It's just my structure is already correct for that. So I have to rotate piece and piece proto, basically. Either that. No, it's not a good idea. I was gonna say, oh, I could like, whoops, I could like not change the arrays themselves and just like have an other variable which is like amount of rotation, and then like calculate the indices that I use depending on the rotation. So just so that I access different points, and but that is just such a bad idea. It would be so confusing. I really it it probably would be faster overall uh to run, but it's fine. I'm just gonna do some matrix transposition. Um okay. So I guess Let's just write a function to do that. Just a classic, rotate function. I'm probably gonna do that only in the input stuff, but yeah, let's still write a function just for that. So there's move piece. Okay, well, let's rotate piece. Func rotate piece. Okay, let's go. Okay, so these are the things that I have. So I need to rotate these two arrays in the same fashion, both of them. And they're both 5 by 5. So, how do I rotate them? Probably always going in the same direction. So what's up? So, okay, we're gonna draw. It's gonna be much easier. Okay, so let's say I'm here. Okay, I have, tac. Okay, that's ugly. That's so ugly. I'm gonna I'm gonna put some straight lines at least. Okay, so like that. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna draw. Okay, let's take a color here. Let's say my piece, it's there and there. Okay, that's gonna be the pivot right here. And then here. And then here. Let's say this is my piece. If I want to rotate on that side, it goes like this and it goes like this. So index is going to be boom 2 and then 0. And it's going to become, no, wait, that's rows first. So actually 0, comma 2 on this one. And it's going to go to 2, comma 0. Okay, fine. But then, yeah, it gets a lot more complicated once you get on this side of things. Because this one, it's at, I should actually just calculate the difference with I should subtract this here. It would make things a lot easier. So compared to the pivot, this block actually is, in terms of rows, it's 0. And it's actually minus, no, in terms of rows, in terms of 2, it's minus 2 rows here. And then in terms of columns, it's 0, actually. So compared to this here, and it's actually going to minus 2 and 0. Okay. But this one here, and this one is going to be much simpler, I think, when I just rotate like that. So the difference here is, in terms of rows, it's actually 0. And in terms of columns, it's actually +1. And it's going to go to -1, actually. Ooh, okay, that's kind of, yeah, it's going to go from -1 to, yeah, and 0. So, by the way, that's like this, and here it's -2. I just, okay. So, well, I think I just need to make sure that I have the sign relationships correct, and it's always going to work. So to make sure that I have the correct relationships with the signs, I think I actually need to check the corners like that. Like make sure that it goes in the right corner. So I really just think it's about like basically I always switch the X and the Y, basically, like the rows and the column numbers around the pivot. But then there's like the sign, maybe I add a minus, maybe I keep the sign, maybe it depends on which corner I am. I'm basically doing a poor man's rotation matrix, okay? Basically, but at least I don't have to use like sines and cosines, and whatnot. So for let's just loop through it. Loop through the entire thing. So for, let's say, cur piece dot, or for, no, actually for I in range of cur piece dot size. Okay, so I iterate over the entire thing. Then first thing I do is I calculate the row and the column. Okay, so row will be equal to something. Nah, it's easier the other way around, I think, to iterate over like row in range of 5, and then same for column. Call in range of 5, like this. I go like that. And here, basically, all that I have to do is... Actually, I never have to change the one that's in the middle. So... Can I do in and then just add a thing? Like 1, 2... well, technically 0... Sorry, 0, 1, 3, and 4 something? Can I do that? Oh, that's crazy. I can. I think. That's pretty cool. So let's do that. Because I can't ignore the middleman. The middle here, like the pivot, it's never gonna have to rotate. And I'm not actually rotating the sprites themselves. I'm really just changing how the information is placed inside the matrix. So, okay, double in, clearly it doesn't work. Okay, so that's good. And then the actual index. So the actual index inside the array is going to be equal to row times the classic. We've done this many times. Call max plus call. Okay? That's the actual index. Wait, yeah, var. So now, okay, and we say row 2, let's say, going to be equal to, first off, call. It's going to be a var, yeah, I always forget. And then var call 2 equal row. Okay? That's technically just matrix transposition, what I'm doing right now. So it's not actually going to rotate correctly if I do that, but it's a start. And now I can also calculate the index 2. Index 2 is going to be equal. So of course, these formulas are the ones we're going to be improving with the signs. Index 2 will be equal to... Yeah, so basically, I'm talking about coordinates because there's technically two kind of coordinate systems that I have. There's the actual, like, world quote-unquote coordinates, which are the... Well, no, there's the real world coordinates, which are the game engine, like, actual positions. But when I talk about, like, coordinates and indexes and whatnot, I'm talking about the grid, which is a 12 by 9 grid. So there's the position in that a square can be, but also, oh, okay. Well, bye-bye. Thanks for coming. And yeah, I'm still going to finish my explanation just in case someone listens later. There's also the coordinates in terms of a single piece. So a single piece, like itself, it knows itself to be in a 5x5 square, and then it can be moved around in the bigger grid. So here, index 2, okay, so it's going to be, so pretty much that same formula. Row 2, col 2, okay, that's good. Whoops, yeah, okay, that's good. All right, file in use. In use where? Oh, in debug. Yeah, okay. Okay, so that's cool. Yep. Okay. It's still working. But I'm not rotating actually. So okay. So actually curve piece. Oh, I need to do, yeah. Curve piece 2 will be equal to curve piece at position, or actually this at new position at index 2 will be equal to this at position index. So this way I do my new matrix. Oh yeah, because it doesn't know that it's a, wait. var curve piece 2 will be equal to, then remove index 2. You can say curve piece 2. Here I can say at position index 2. And here it's going to say curve piece 2 will be equal to, yeah, just a random array. And I can do curve piece 2 dot resize or something. Yeah, curve piece 2 dot resize at size of curve piece dot size. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and I want to do pretty much the same thing here with the other one. It's going to be curve piece proto 2. Curve piece proto 2, and at curve piece pro, yeah, here. Come on. Curve piece proto, and then I'm going to add this line as well. Like this. And then like this. That's great. Okay. So here it's kind of like a quick transposition. It's not going to be an actual rotation. Not like a correct rotation, but at least it should be, we should be able to like flip the things. Oh, also, yeah, it's just not a rotation. Okay, it's not a rotation, but I just want to see if I can control that. Where's my, yeah, unhandled input. So if, now it's going to be key up. Okay, and here I'm not going to test if it's blocked just yet. So, okay, and yeah, what I'm going to do now is going to be rotate piece. And then I move the piece. Okay, so what happens here? Oh boy. Doesn't seem to like that. So index 27, that's a huge index. Oh, because I'm switching the column and the row. Yeah, but the columns should be fine still. Oh, it's not col max. It's times 5. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's better. Okay. Okay, this one, it doesn't do anything. Oh, I know why. I'm calculating a bunch of new like Kerpies and Kerpies proto. Uh, it's just that I need to switch them both. Once that happens, so I need to say Kerpies will be equal to Kerpies 2 and Kerpies proto will be equal to Kerpies proto 2. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. It doesn't work. I think I know why. Because the entities, I mean, the proto is probably just fine. Probably just fine. But at the very least, the curve piece part, it's probably struggling quite a bit. Um, I don't exactly know what it does under the hood when I say, you know, this at index here is equal to this. But yeah. Hmm. Yeah, it's kind of more complicated than I thought. Because the thing is that they're technically the curve piece, it contains scenes. So I guess you can't just say my array of scenes at this position is equal to that other array of scenes at that position. It probably does some kind of weird copy and whatnot. Kind of weird, I guess. That's what I'm thinking it's doing. I was hoping it was pretty much like pointers to the other one and whatnot, but probably not. So the thing that's kind of annoying is that I can't just like swap two of them, for example. Because if I'm rotating the entire thing, let's say this one, it needs to go there, right? But then there's something here. If I'm doing all of the swap in the same array, which I think is going to be the way to go, because the array contains references to things that are okay. Um, so yeah, if I don't want to say it, this thing is equal to the new array, I kind of have to just swap things in the same array to keep the references to the same objects. That's my thought, at least. So tack, then tack, then tack, and then tack. So I kind of have to keep references to stuff and just like I have to do 4 swaps in a row, basically, which is kind of crazy. Because this would go like here, this would go here, this would go there, this would go there, and this one would go there. So technically, I just need like this piece here, right? Because that transposes to this, that transposes to this, and that transposes to this. Because I could do what I'm thinking is like I could do this like these 6 operations that are like in 4 parts. Like, it does the 4 sides here. I could do that. Just like do it all in one thing for every single spot like that, but it's kind of crazy to do. It's kind of crazy. Yeah, I'm not too sure. Or I iterate through things, but instead of just putting this here, I literally just swap them, right? It's a double thing, it's a swap. So if I swap these two, right? I iterate and then I go there and here it goes. Okay, so yeah, let's say I start. I start with this one. Let's say it's A, B, C, and D. Okay? Let's check it out. I have A, B, C, and so A, B, C, and D. If I go in order through them, I'm gonna start with A, and A, it needs to go to C. So I'm gonna swap both of them. It's gonna be C, B, A, and D after the first swap. Then I'm gonna get to B eventually. And when I get to B, it needs to go to C. So I swap them. Oh, but already I broken the thing, right? Hmm. Yeah, well, let's just keep going for fun. But it's gonna be B, C, A, and D. Now I go to A. A needs to go to D. It's gonna be B, C, D, and A. And then the final step is I get to A. A needs to go to, well, C, where C is currently. So it's gonna be B, A, D, and C. And that is not what I would have expected. But, so what happened here? B and A got swapped, C and D got swapped, and that's it. That's not very useful. Okay. What if I somehow did that the other way around? I send it where it's supposed to go. Yeah, it's probably not gonna work either. Yeah. Okay, so it's gonna be like so I'm gonna send A to B anyway, so it's the same pretty much. So it's B and A, C and D, then I'm going to C. No, then I'm going to A. A needs to go to D, so B, D, C, A. Then I go to C, and C needs to go to D, so it's gonna take. Wait. Is that correct? I don't think it's a very good way to do things. And the problem with that is actually I'm not iterating through it in rotation. If it goes in rotation, I would do A, B, D, C or A, C, D, B. But I would not do A, B, C, D. That's the problem. So just going through it, it can't really work. At least, with my swapping technique, it's kind of weird. It doesn't really work, I think. Hmm. Because if it's just about calculating the index where it needs to go, it's one thing. But if it's about like keeping track of a bunch of stuff and things, that's why I wanted to use a second array, because it doesn't matter what you're erasing when you're putting the value in. And I thought it was going to be much cooler like that. Mm, I might have a crazy idea. I might have a crazy idea. Hey, my dog is barking. I think she's done. Maybe. I think she's done barking. Okay. So I might have a crazy idea. Yeah. You know why it's so much easier for me, like when I did for the line clear, to manipulate the grid itself, then manipulate a moving piece, and then notice not the fact that it's moving. It's because the grid, it's a known quantity. There's no like things that are sometimes there, sometimes not there, or something like that, right? So I think that my problem is that I'm trying to manipulate scenes, right? I could do a second array if it was just, for example, square types, right? And the thing is, I do have entities that I'm spawning, but it would be so much easier if, like for the grid, if I would just have all of the entities 5 by 5, and maybe they're just invisible, or, you know, they don't have an appearance if they are null or something like that. And if they're not null, then they display something that could be useful. So, yeah, I'm thinking it would work. That's what I'm thinking. So, actually, currently, there's null that exists in the types right here. There's null. Match case, please. So there's a couple of square nulls and whatnot that I'm setting and stuff. I think that the null should be replaced by grid, because I think all the uses are for grid, pretty much. And I think null. Oh, like here I'm defining. Yeah, they're actually null here. That's fine. And actual null. Oh, maybe not all of them are grid, actually. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this one I replace. Go to the next one. Just to be clear, here, yeah, here's the grid, so it's fine. Set spawn position. Oh, Kirby's Proto. That I'm gonna keep as null. Here, spawn piece. Yeah, again, if it's the pieces, if does not equal null. Okay, that's good. Here, if it's null, yeah, if it's null, the color is actually going to be invisible. Like here, I think it's the W. Oh yeah, that's so good. That's actually so good. Gonna be elif dot grid. Here, the color is gonna be 1. Yeah, that's good. Here, what am I doing in that function? Blocked. Am I being blocked? So 2 grid square. It's on the grid though. So if it does not equal a null here, but if it does not equal grid. So that one I replace. Clear lines. Clear lines. It's a grid thing, so yeah, grid. And here, what am I doing? It's again in the clear lines. Oh, this one, yeah, I'm setting it to grid again. So null means you don't see it. Grid means, well, it's white, but mostly like it's supposed to represent an empty cell, but a cell of the grid. So null now is seriously only supposed to mean like it's actually null. Like completely invisible, should not be taken into account ever. Oops, not apostrophe, but a comma. Okay, that's good. Okay, so I think it should be fine. So if I'm doing it like this, the function where I construct the piece, the array of pieces, it should actually be, yeah, instead of an array of pieces, it should be an array of, curpiece proto, it contains the prototype of the thing, and here curpiece, yeah, all of them should exist. And then it should only be about like swapping stuff inside of them. Yeah, I think so. Oh yeah, and you know what's actually easy? I don't even have to move the curve piece. I just have to change the prototype, which is just a bunch of numbers, right? A bunch of like enum identifiers. I just swap all of them, and then I simply actualize curve piece to be equal to curve piece proto, basically. Oh, that's gonna be so much easier. Because that way I can actually just make it be a different one. Okay, so rotate piece. So I don't have to calculate anything for curve piece 2. There's not going to be a curve piece 2. Only a curve piece proto 2. Okay, so I do all about that. Then curve piece proto equal curve piece proto 2. And then what I do is once I'm done, okay, wait, this exists before those, oops, like this. piece proto exists. It has a certain size and whatnot. Okay, and it doesn't matter. Let's say in range 5. It's just going to be easier to understand. In range 5, that's fine. Calculate your indexes and whatnot. You'd say this is equal to that and blah, blah, blah. And then once you're done with all of this, actually done, you do that, right? Whoops. Piece proto and blah, blah, blah. Okay, that's good. So now I'm done with my transformations. Again, I'm going to have to redo like the calculations here and whatnot, because that doesn't swap correctly, but so far it's fine. So this has a good size. I'm looping, setting the values, then I'm saying this. And now I just have to like update the piece according to the prototype. So here, piece sprites to bit rotation. And all that I have to do is like do the change color on the curve piece. So again, I'm just going to go through all of that. It's actually even going to be simpler than that. For I in range of curve piece dot size, and I can simply do curve piece. No, I'm going to do change color for curve piece. And it's going to take the square type. It's going to be curve piece proto. Oh yeah, and this is going to be at position I, and this is going to be at position I. So that should be fine. Of course, the rotation algorithm is not correct right now, but this function should do what it's supposed to do, at least for now. So I'm going to just try it real quick. Okay, I can move. Okay. Oh, right. I did forget. When I instantiate the piece, I need to make sure that now it is actually filled entirely with squares instead of having some nulls in there. So I'm going to say probably in spawn piece. So I think I just removed that entire if. It's not conditional. Just I find the index and I just instantiate a bunch of stuff. Instantiate, I set the thing, I set the scale. I add child. And then I say that position, it's, then I set the position. Okay, it's fine. Like that. Okay. Yeah. Also, when I stop falling, if curve piece at index was null, no. Well, square types, yeah, it's square types. Square types dot null. continue. Okay, so I skip at that point. That's good. That's when I check. But then for collision as well, it's super important. So it's going to be in the blocked. Also blocked, I'm going to change for is blocked. I think it's going to be much clearer. So if is blocked, in is blocked, so I'm checking. Yeah, does not equal, and instead it's going to be square types dot null. It's actually not curpiece. It's going to be curpiece proto. I think it's going to be the same in stuff following. Yeah, so curpiece actually, nobody should care about that. I could also call it curpiece sprite, kind of like I did for grid the square sprites. And instead of curpiece proto, it could be just curpiece. So let me actually just do that. Instead of curpiece is going to be curpiece sprites. Okay, and I'm going to do replace all. And curpiece. Oh, no, not replace all. I'm stupid. Curpiece proto. Yeah. Oh, wait. No. Wait. Curpiece. If I do whole word. Okay, that's good. And I replace all of those. And I can do curpiece proto. Right. And that becomes curpiece. Yeah, I guess. Okay. Or curpiece squares. Actually might be even better. Well, something like that. And what's the nomenclature here for proto pieces? That's fine. Just making sure the names align. Yeah, grid squares and grid sprites. Okay, so. And I say curve piece, but it should just be piece actually. So every place where I have current piece, it should just be piece. Because there's always only one piece on the board at a time. So you don't have to match the whole word at this point. And it's going to be just piece. Replace all. Piece sprites, piece squares, piece row, piece call. That's good. Okay. This is going to be a little bit more concise as well. So things should be a lot clearer now. Square type. And here, yeah, similarly, instead of curve square, it should be just like square, right? And then square type. Okay. So at this point, things are clearer. Did I put my checks correctly? Let's just see. Okay, so I can still move. Oh. Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Oh, hello there in the chat. Oh, wow. That's crazy. So, okay. I did try to test a little bit the limits of my current implementation. As you can see, the next thing that I need to check. Oh, cool! It's cleared the line. The next thing that I need to check now that I can rotate pieces, which is cool. Well, no, no, that's not true. That's not true. I was starting to forget. I cannot rotate the pieces. I'm like flipping them. I'm doing a matrix matrix transposition on them. So it's not a correct rotation. For some pieces, it is a correct rotation, but a lot of them not. But yeah, so now, first thing I do is now I make sure that I'm actually rotating the pieces correctly. And after that, I'm going to have to add a collision check for that. Ew. Ugh. That's not fun. I don't want to do that. Ew. Nah, but seriously, I'm going to have to check. So, so in rotate piece. Now, the way I calculate my indexes is going to show me that it's right. Okay, it's going to be much easier if I just say rotation matrix 2D. Okay. Does it help? I don't know. It's kind of complicated, you know? Hmm. Nah, that's too complicated. I'm just gonna check. Also, I do need to do the correct like flip and stuff. I need to find instead of a row. Okay. Let's say call delta will be equal to call minus 2. Okay. It's gonna be a var. Okay, so this is where I'm calculating from the pivot. So I'm putting everything in terms of pivot coordinates. So the pivot is at 2 and 2. So if I want to see if I'm behind it, you know, or behind in terms of y and whatnot, you know, depending on my axis, am I in front of it? Am I behind it? And by how much? That's where I'm checking that. So the way I do that is just yeah, it's just in relation to the pivot. So minus the position of the pivot, which is at 2 and 2. So now I'm going to see the position relative to that because I'm flipping stuff around depending on where the pivot is. So that's how I'm going to do a convincing rotation around the pivot. So I know for a fact that yeah, I think the best example is like here. Okay, like I can even remove some of them. So if I'm right here, this position is, according to the pivot, it's -1, -2, -1, and -2. Okay. Then this one, when I rotate it, it's going to go like here, I think, right? Yeah. It's going to go like here. Okay. So this goes to -2 and +1. Well, not +1, just 1. Like this. Okay. Then this goes to, like that, right here. So this goes to 1. No, -1. Oh, I said -1, but that's actually +1 here. Yeah. And here, that's a plus. Because technically it's positive here. Just because of the axis of the game engine. Here, it's actually -1, and then 2. And then this finally goes there. Boom. Which is going to be -2. And then -1. Okay. So now, and this, by the way, feeds back into the other one. So the idea is, depending on like the quarter of the grid I'm in, the formula, I think like the relationship kind of changes. So like this one takes that one reversed. So you always flip the 1 and the 2 between changes. So that's for sure. But then it's really the sign that's the complicated rule. So it does plus, plus, minus, minus. And this one it does minus, plus, plus, minus. Okay. That's one thing. But then the 2, let's say just the 2. The 2 is -2, +2, +2, -2. Okay, and the 1 is +1, +1, -1, -1. Well, I can easily just check. Like, it's again, technically I'm probably just supposed to like multiply by a rotation matrix. It's probably the correct thing to do. But I don't want to do that. So I'm simply going to kind of check the quadrant in which I am using the signs that are already there and then deciding the signs that I'm going to use depending on that. For example, if both of them are positive, then of course I always, swap rows and columns. But then rows, they get a minus, right? If only the row has a minus, then they both get a minus. If they both have a minus, you know what I mean? Like I'm just gonna exactly take that rule and I feel like it's gonna work. So, okay, so that's the delta. I'm also gonna add a var, which is gonna be is row delta negative. Is row negative is gonna be equal to row delta is lower than 0. I'm going to do the same for column delta. Is col negative is going to be col delta like this. Okay. So now that I've done this, I have the signs, I have the things, I have the everything I need. So here, that. If okay, so when is the row negative? The row becomes negative if, oh, see, if the previous column is negative, right? That column is negative here, then the row is positive after. Like here, negative column, positive. Negative column, positive row. And then positive column, negative row. Positive column, negative row. So if call if is called negative, well, like that. And then if row 2 minus equal 1. Actually, if not, right? If not is called negative. So if call is positive, then it becomes a negative number. Oh, but I don't know if it already was a negative number. So it should actually be equal to absolute of that. Yeah. So it should be the absolute of that. And then if the call was negative, then I say it's negative. And here, the condition for the other one. So column. Or like here it's positive, and it used to be negative. So negative, positive, positive, negative. So they're always 2 in a row. Yeah, they're always 2 in a row. So here, yeah, let's see again in relation to the row. So positive row, next time, column is positive. Then positive row, column is positive. Negative row, next time, column is negative. And negative row, next time, column is negative. Okay, so it's gonna be equal to is row negative. So if is row negative, then call 2 times equal minus 1. Well, not minus equal, times equal minus 1. Oops, minus 1. And here is going to be absolute as well. Wait, but if? Okay, so it just takes the one it had, right? Oh yeah, it just literally takes the one that it had. So yeah, not absolute in this. Like it literally just takes the one. Yeah, it's just equal to row. If it was negative, fine. But yeah. And the one it takes this, if not is negative. So this one just flips, right? Wait. So the row here. Okay, this one is minus 2, and then it becomes 2. Right? Okay, it's 1 minus 1. Yeah, it's 2 minus 2. And then it's minus 1, 1. Okay, so it's actually just equal to minus the other one. So it's not that. It's literally just equal to minus call. Okay, yeah, I think I got it. Okay, I came around to it. It's not that. Yeah, I think I got disconnected for a little bit. But basically, yeah, and it's not rho exactly, it's rho is the delta basically. And once I have the delta, calculating the index times 5 plus, okay, yeah, fine. But then I don't actually use those for the, yeah, it's going to be rho delta 2 actually. So I'm calculating a delta from a delta. Okay, and then from the deltas, I can go back to calculating var rho and stuff. Rho 2, which is going to be equal, I guess, simply rho delta plus 1. Okay, let's just say rho delta is rho minus 2. So here is just rho minus 2. And here, col delta is just minus this minus 2. Okay, it should be. Well, yeah, I think I prefer to keep those still. Just so it's clearer, and if the calculation doesn't work, I have the breakdown of the steps that I used. So here rho will be rho 2 will be equal to rho delta. Whoops. Rho delta plus 2. And then col 2 be col delta plus 2. It's that simple. Okay. And then from these, I can actually calculate the new index for real this time. And yeah, at the new index is going to be equal to the ancient one at the first index. Okay. And then once I'm done with all of these, I just say, hey, you're actually this. Okay. Does this work? Seems to work to me. Oh, no, it doesn't. No, it rotates weird. Wait, it's gonna really help if I... No. Maybe I'm just not rotating in the correct way. I don't know. I need a long bar, quick. At least now I can stack for real. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna do a Tetris, guys. I just need a long bar. Here it is, guys. It's gonna be a Tetris. Whoa, crazy. Okay. So I need to check. Yeah, okay. It's just not rotating correctly. I don't know exactly what it's doing and what I'm inverting. So I'm just really quick. Sorry. My neck is a little bit... Yeah, okay. So I think I need to make it fall really slow, like 30 seconds, or maybe like 15. And I can just check for real what it's doing. This one seems to be alright. I think it's rotating correctly. The next one though? Okay, I actually think that it's rotating correctly. It just looks very strange. Because like I'm not actually spinning the squares, right? Like the squares, they stay in position. It's just I activate some others, and you know what I mean? Like it's just, it looks kind of weird because you expect the way the square looks to be 90 degrees, but it's not. So it looks very strange. Yeah, I think it's okay actually. It looks all right to me. Yeah, maybe it's kind of annoying for these because in real Tetris, I think the corner is used to rotate them. Yeah, I think it does. So, yeah, maybe these I could change just because it's kind of annoying. But they do rotate correctly. They do rotate correctly. I thought they didn't. I think it's just, it's kind of annoying that the pivot is, here instead of being in the corner, like right there. So I think that's the annoying part. But actually, I'm pretty sure the algorithm works perfectly. So that's cool. Yeah. I mean, at this point, I need the collision for the rotation to work. That would be a big thing. For example, if I just want to break something, I just put that here, and obviously like everything's broken. Now it's fine. But here, right? It's kind of just whack. Right. So if I can repair that rotation, that would be really cool. And yeah, maybe I could change the prototypes for the pieces to just make sure that the L and the J piece that they rotate around the kind of like the little corner. I feel like that's what's happened. I feel like that's what's happening in the real Tetris game, and I feel like that would be less annoying because I'm kind of used to do it like that. But for the other pieces, that's fine. Also, in the real game of Tetris, the square, you can't rotate it, but I can rotate it because I did put a pivot. So I could do a special case like, oh, if you're a square or something, you can't rotate. But I don't really want to do that. I think it's fun that I can rotate the square. I think it's special. Like, can I get a square? Can I get a name in? Can I get a square? Can I get a square? Please just give me a square. Please just give me a square. Please just give me a square. Can I just get a square? Yeah, boy. It's a dancing square. Disco square. Okay, that's really fun. Um, so I'm just gonna take a quick break to go to the bathroom, and when we come back, we're gonna write a little bit of code to check for collision when I'm trying to rotate, and of course, prevent the rotation if something would be out of bounds or something would collide with something undergrid. So yeah, I'm gonna be right back in only a couple minutes. Bye bye. Hey guys, just letting you know that I'm also going to walk my dog. So it's gonna take a couple more minutes, but I'm gonna be back right after that. See ya. Welcome back. My partner had cooked a super good homemade dessert. So I ate that as well after walking my dog. Yep, that was good. I'm happy now. And I'm ready. Ready for what? I'm ready to keep on going. Ready to keep going. Ready for? That's right. Rotation. That also checks for collision. That's right. So, um, so yeah, rotate piece right here. Okay. So it's a function. Inside of that function, as you may remember, I build piece proto 2. And after I'm done, I say piece squares equal piece proto 2. Well, this should be conditional. This should be check for collision. And here it should just be if. And look, at that point, I mean, it's going to be. I mean, the collision. The collision for the rotation is pretty much just going to be a check for the. It's just going to happen here. But in is blocked, like all the checks that I'm doing here. For 2 row, for example, I have 2 row and 2 call. And from 2 row and 2 call, I check a bunch of stuff. Like this, all of these checks, I could put them in a function. That takes like a row and a column or something, and they just check if they're valid, right? Kind of like a, or just is available or something like that. And if it's outside of the bounds, if it's outside of the bounds, if it's just a little too, if it overlaps something that already exists, yeah, that's the two conditions. So here it checks if something exists. Jesse. My dog's barking again. Just wait. She's a little scaredy cat. Or I guess scaredy doggo. Oh. Hot days. Okay. She's burping and she smells her own burp. You're funny. Okay. Yeah, she's a little scaredy dog. Every time she hears noises in the stairs, the staircase, I guess, she just can't help herself. She barks. She goes to the door like, "Wah, wah, 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 wah. What are you doing at my house?" Wah, 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 wah. She's funny. Okay. So yeah, I could refactor just this little piece of check because technically here, like most of what I'm doing is like, oh, according to the how much I move here, um, I calculate indexes, and using those indexes, I check if something exists, right? So I feel like I should have a function that does that. So I'm gonna put it here. Nah, I don't like when they keep the tabs. So func is square Is square, yeah, either available or like valid, or is square valid? Yeah. Is square movable? Nah, is square available is okay. It's just it does bounce checking. It's fine. So I just no, I take this here, for example, and if anything happens, I don't return true. I return false. It's not valid. No, that too. Okay, so at this level, and you return true only if none of these happened, right? So yeah, I have these levels of checks. Oh wait, I gotta open a door for my dog. Cause I keep yapping, so my my girlfriend wanted to keep the door to the bedroom closed, of course, because she couldn't sleep otherwise. Because it's an apartment, right? A single floor. She could hear me right now if the door was opened, even if I don't speak super loud. So she just kept the door closed. But then my dog wanted to go to the bedroom to sleep, so I just opened the door for my dog. That's it's a little secret on how we live our life. We do sleep with the dog in the bed. Small dog, very cute. He loves to cuddle. He's a very cuddly dog. Okay. So yeah, that's a good function. I mean, I think it does what it has to do. Um, yeah. To row, to call. Everybody's happy. That's good. Here I can just call it. And I say, is square available? And if it's not available, I'm sad. And if it is, it's fine. So if not is square available, then I return true. But I say is blocked, but it should be like is available, but that's fine. Return true. It is blocked. Okay. And here I do check for collision. So if, again, if is square available. Oh yeah, but it's not just a single square. To check for collision, it should be a for loop that goes on every single one of them. And I do need to calculate the things kind of like is blocked. Right. Kind of like is blocked. I actually I could do is blocked with no movement. But the problem with is blocked is that I don't give it an argument. It uses the current p squares. And I don't want that. Yeah, I want to use my squares. So yeah, I guess, hey, you know what? It's a game jam. I just gotta go fast. I gotta go fast. Yeah, like that. But then what I do is I don't return. I just say check for collision. So collision found false is collision found false. Oh, it's a var. Sorry that I have to precise even though you don't say the type. Okay, so if is collision found, blah blah blah, and instead of return true, it's gonna be return yes, collision has been found, and var to row and blah blah blah. So how does it work? Okay, so instead of this, it's gonna be, oh yeah, in pieces proto 2, by the way, I'm gonna switch and it's gonna be p squares 2. Replace all. Okay. And here it's gonna be p squares 2 at index that I'm checking. Because it's a hypothetical that I'm checking before I actually change the data. And then grid row, piece row, blah, 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 that's fine. Yeah, sure. Then I check. I have ing, yeah, that's fine. 2 row, what's the problem with 2 row and 2 call? What do you mean plus row? Oh, okay, because is blocked is, yeah. But here there's no plus actually. And there's no 2 row, there's no grid row. There's just, yeah, it's just directly grid row. Both for grid row and grid call. Oops. Grid call. So if not is square available, is collision found is true. Okay, and once that is done, I can just check if is, well, if not is collision found. Found. Then here p squares equal p squares 2. Then update p sprite to fit rotation. Yeah, and again, that should be inside of the if. And that's it. So now if I check this, oh, right. Here. So 2 row and 2 call. Yeah, because you did start this in debug somehow. Yeah, okay, that's good. Right? So here I have a square. I try to rotate. It doesn't work. I put it here. It can rotate all at once. Yep. That's good. Okay, so now I'm just going to let the pieces fall at a normal 0.5. Okay, that's good. Let's say this. Okay, yeah, it does seem to block me when I try to rotate like into something and it can't. It works really well, actually. Like here, okay, I'm gonna insert this here and then, yeah, the rotation doesn't work. Good. Like this or something. Okay, I can clear 2 lines here. Starting to get fun. I would like to add some juice, some effect when I clear a line. But again, game jam, it's very prototype-like what I'm doing right now. Not exactly made to be beautiful looking, but it is kind of fun. And yeah, I mean, there's colors, That's good enough visuals for me. Pretty clean. Whoops, it's pretty clean. Yeah, that's cool. All right. At this speed, I can play all day, baby. Okay, let's make it a little faster to make the game a little more challenging, a little more fun. Every 0.2 seconds. It's gonna be a lot faster. Okay, yeah, it's a lot more fun. Yo, ooh. It's so fast. It would be fun though, oof, because the board is also shorter than in a real game of Tetris, so it's kind of rough. Ooh boy, ooh. He is dangerous very fast. I kind of wish. How do I say this? I kind of wish maybe the delta was longer, either when it reaches the board or the first delta after I spawn a piece, right? So time since last fall, delta fall is fine. I feel like time since last fall, when I reset it, blah blah blah. No, actually, you know what? Time since last fall. Okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna say when I spawn a piece. When I spawn a piece, I really think it's gonna make the game more fun. Yeah. So one of the things that I do, okay, I do a bunch of and then I can say time since last fall will be equal to minus delta fall. This way, it's gonna have to go through twice the amount of time when a piece just appears, right? So for example, okay, the piece appears and you can see it kind of stalls in place before falling. It might be a little overkill. It gives you a little bit of time to be like, okay, where am I going to put it? Okay, there, fine. Yeah, I think it feels a lot better. Also, 0.3 is way less hellish than 0.2. It's like way easier. But I do like the little stall that it does at first. Ugh, this rotation is really annoying if you're used to play Tetris. It's such an annoying rotation. I need to change the pivot on this one. Yeah. So the L and the J in the definitions here. So yeah, that's the I. The L is here. So I just need to push everything back one thing. So here, like that, and here it just has to be. It just has to be. It's too annoying. Okay. And green is J. Yeah, that's good. So take this one. So again, 2. Wait, what? Yeah, no, it's okay. It's in the middle. Yeah, I like that one. No, it's okay. I don't know what I'm talking about. So here and then here. Whoops. Yeah, no, that one. Yeah, it's a J. It's a J. And then it's just 3 high. And these two are just going to become 0 and 0. Okay. So now if I play, it's going to be much less annoying. Oof. Okay, that's pretty cool. Yeah, something like that. Something like that. Eesh. I wanted to do a piece rotation and stuff. Okay, I didn't have a good chance to show the rotation for the other piece. So let's just restart. I kind of want to try the rotation for the other one. Okay. Yeah, let's just do easy line clears. The board is very short. It's kind of rough. Dude. Just make my life easier. Yeah, let's go for this. I mean, when you can actually spend time playing the game, you know you've got a pretty good prototype, right? I mean, again, I didn't make the game design for Tetris, right? Like that's what's fun about a clone of a game, especially if it's a game you already played and like. Like you know you're gonna like the game once you've implemented it correctly. So, ooh, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. Are you sure it's supposed to rotate like that? I don't feel like it's that much better. I don't know. Maybe they just rotate weird, these pieces. Like, I almost feel like going to see a Tetris video, just making sure that the pivot is where I think it is. Hmm. Well, kind of weird. Okay. Yeah, so I have a lot of the mechanics working for Tetris. I mean, I guess the main things that are missing is, well, obviously the loss condition. Is the game detecting that you've lost when you have? Even though like you're just stuck in an infinite loop, like I can just exit and restart. Like I mean, especially for a demo, like not even a demo, for a game prototype, I feel like it's not the most necessary. So I could not do that one. Like just at all. I could never do a lose condition and it wouldn't really matter. Though I think I would like to add one just to have like an easy restart button and whatnot. Just a little text that pops on screen or something like a press R to restart. I can even take the one that I had in the Suika game. You know, it's just like a little. It's like a scene. You can just make a scene pop, and that scene could restart the game and whatnot. I would also like to add a score counter. I think I'm just gonna reopen the Suika project because those are things that I've done in the Suika game project. So here, I do have a score box. Oh wow, that's pretty big. Wait, in this one, where's the score box? Oh, it's there. Okay, it's like an actual little box and stuff. Oh, there's also the next box. Oh, it's true. In Tetris, you do have the next box. It's kind of an important mechanic. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, score. So I guess, yeah, score, next box, and then like a lose thing condition stuff. So here, I can just take these two boxes, I think. Maybe. Oh, it's empty and I just updated it when. Next is a label. And oops. Oh, it has like a noise on it. Okay. So it's just a sprite with a label. I guess I could literally just add a label in the void to have the score. Because I really want to keep it like game prototype-y. I think it's fine. And the next box is kind of cool, I feel like. So, yeah. Okay. So in the main scene, 2D right here, let's say I want to add a, child node is going to be a label. Create. And the label, I'm going to move, going to move it. Yeah, it's totally moving. That's great. I gotta love this. Hey, hello, Jack. I do remember you did comment earlier. And look at this. Oh, what? Okay, no, I just broke the thing. Okay, let me just go back before I try to add the label. So look at this. That's pretty cool, right? Okay, the rotation of these pieces are very strange. Yep. Okay, that's good. Okay, I'm gonna complete a line. I will. It's gonna work. Come on, really? Okay, this. Boom. There's no effect, right? I didn't put any juice or anything when you clear a line, but you can clear a line. It's a thing you can do. Come on. Okay, I'm doing this. Ah. It's too short. The board is too short. No, no I can't. Okay. And yeah, there's no lose condition. So you're just stuck in eternal new piece spawning hell. So it's pretty fun. Yeah. So now I'm trying to add a label for a score counter because that's the goal in Tetris. Yeah. So okay. Plus, yeah, just try a label. And then how do I move this? How does that work? You've not an expert at that. Okay, so let's just say score 2 point and maybe add another label, a child of that one, which would contain the actual score. So like 99999, it's over 9,000, something like that. Now, how do I look at them? Okay. How is that supposed to work? Okay. Layout. Yeah, it's cool. That being said, okay, let's say I zoom a bit. What if I put some pixels on that? Like 100. Oh, that's the size. Okay. I mean, it's cool, but that's not really what I want. I kind of want to move it. Oh, transform. It does. Okay. It does have a transform. Position. So 100. Oh, yeah, that's a lot. Okay. Maybe not 100. Maybe like 20. Okay, that's pretty good. Also maybe just a little more like here, like a 10? No, maybe less than that, maybe 5. Okay. Let's say the score is pretty well here. It's pretty small though. if I just start, it is very small. I will want this to be bigger. So here, if I go again in transform, wait, where was it? It was in layout, transform, the size, the scale, or the size. Because, okay, let's say I make it 200. Yeah, no, that's just the size of the element. I want the size of the text to be bigger. It's probably going to be in the text element. Okay, let me just look at the properties where I can find, oh, display text. Visible ratio. Let's try the scale. Let's try that. If I say everything is 3 times bigger. Yeah, it's really ugly. Oh, but it looks less ugly when I zoom in. What happens when I play? No, 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 I'm not supposed to scale it like that. I'm obviously not supposed to do that. No, I can probably just choose the font somehow. Control doesn't have a control parent. Yeah, I don't care. So size. Oh, is that here? Tab stops? No, I don't think that's what I want. I mean, I can always try, but 30. Whoa, what? What did I do? Okay. It's an array. I didn't mean to edit that array. Boop, boop, boop. So, okay. I mean, label settings? Oh. Oh. Yeah, I guess the label settings is how you do your font. Like, because I guess you can maybe do like one specialized font that you want or something. You put all your settings and you just use that everywhere. So it's cool. I mean, where is that object? Oh, maybe it's just a sub object. But I guess you can just do a label settings that you save and just put it in multiple objects. That's kind of cool. Okay. Size 16 is pretty small. Let's try at least 32. That's already better. Let's try 40. That's better. And here I'm going to do the same for a label setting. Font. Let's try 40 as well. I'm going to move it as well. A little bit. Position. Going to be like 50. Okay, maybe a little bit less. Like 40. And here it's going to be 10. Something like that. And here I'm actually going to change the position a little bit. So we're gonna go like 100, and here like 200. I don't know, something like that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, I think it's pretty reasonable. Now I just need to change the text label and like add score to it whenever I clear lines. So I could also check the multiplier for the lines compared to, you know, 1 line compared to 2 lines compared to 3 lines compared to a Tetris. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready for Tetris. Let's go. Okay, nice, 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 nice. So that would have been a lot of score. Except I couldn't know. That's why score is important. Here's score multiplier per line cleared. Per lines cleared, I guess. Scoring. Oh, Tetris Wiki. Scoring. Yeah, well, times the level. Let's just say we don't care about the level because I don't have the concept of advancing levels that go faster and faster. I just don't have that. And I don't think that I want that because again, since we're pretty close to finishing the basics of Tetris, we're actually pretty close to starting to add new mechanics to the game that are not in Tetris, like roguelike elements and stuff like that. So yeah, I do need scoring though, but I'm not going to have a level concept. So single is 100, double is 3 times that, triple is actually 5 times that, and a Tetris is 800. I thought it was 20 times that one. It's only 8 times that one. Well, it's the Fibonacci sequence pretty much. Well, no, it's 112 and then 358, but 1358. That's pretty much Fibonacci. And I do not know what these are. Uh oh, wait, but is that recent guidelines? Oh, original? Wait, what? Original Nintendo scoring system. So that's the Tetris for NES. Okay. NES Tetris? This is the Tetris that I like. So we're gonna be doing that one. Uh so yeah, points for one line, 40. Point for two line 100, which is not quite 3 times. It's times 2.5 or something. Yeah, it's times 2.5. Okay, so 1, 2.5. Multiple. Okay, let's use this. It's easier here. So yeah, 2.5, and this is times how many? 2.5 times 3, 7.5. Whoa, whoa. And 12,000, which is 30 times as much. I'm pretty sure. Wow, 30 times. I thought it was 20 times as much in the original Tetris. It's kind of crazy. Okay, okay. Well, that's how we're gonna do it. That's the kind of score we're doing. 30 times, that's kind of a lot. It feels like it's a bit too much. Hmm. Yes, the Fibonacci sequence was not enough for them. 30 times as much. Hmm. I'm surprised. So, yeah, let's say scoring is. I just don't like the 2.5 and 7.5. It's just. I feel like 1, 3, 8, maybe. And then 30 is a little much. It could be 13927. But those are not really as nice numbers. Yep, we're gonna do 138 and 20, I think. Right? Because technically, from 1 to 2, it's literally triple the amount. Oh, but also, it's like 50% bonus compared to what you would have gotten. And then if you clear 3, instead of getting like, let's say 300, you get, if you get 8 times, like 800. A lot more than 50%. I don't know. I think it's pretty arbitrary. But it does feel like if it's 13820, it's like kind of sad that it's barely over twice as much, but a triple's pretty good. I mean, yeah, maybe it's 30. Maybe I do 138 and 30. It's pretty close to NES Tetris, but it's just a little bit less nerfed for these ones. I kind of like multiplying by the same number every time, like 13927. But 27 is a weird number. Maybe 13930. You know, maybe yeah, the Tetris just is just that special. It's a little more than times 3. Yeah, maybe I do that. It's just that I like the number 8 more than 9, but I think I'm thinking too much about the scoring, but you know. Okay. That's what I'm gonna do. So yeah, I'm just gonna add a quick section about score. So base, that's a variable. Var base line score, which will be equal to, let's say 100. Oh, and also it's not gonna be 99999. It's gonna be like way more than that. But yeah, okay. Because 30 times that's at 3,000 already for a single Tetris. That's kind of a lot. Hey, I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. If 100 is the minimum, then 100 equals 1. You know what I mean? I know big numbers are fun, but like, what? You're just gonna add 2 zeros in front of everything? That's kind of useless. Okay, I'm a pragmatic guy. Reasonable scores here. Um, no, it's just gonna be cores or score per line or something. So here is gonna be, yeah, whoa, and it's gonna be 0 because you know 1, 3, 9, 30. Yeah, actually, it could just be one line. Okay. These are the scores depending on how many lines you've cleared. If you've cleared 0, boom. So I don't know, maybe you try to add score every frame. Well, if nothing's cleared, you're fine. Okay, so in lines, clear lines. Oh yeah, I should also have just a total of the, just keep a total of the score. So just var per score, which will be equal to 0. And then yeah, if I go back in clear lines, number of clear line 0, that's fine. Now at the end of it, at the very end of it, yeah, I'm going back here and I'm saying score plus equals scores per line at position, number of lines cleared. That's good. It's actually, yeah, just score. I don't care about the cur score. I'm gonna call it score. Much better. I also do want to have a label. How do I fetch a label? Okay, I'm gonna check how I did in the Suica game. Yeah, I'm in the main scene right now. Oh, score here. Extends label. Oh, the script is directly on the label. Oopsie do light do. So I can do get node. And it should get a node under the thing. Dot text equal string of score. Okay. Yeah, I guess I can just yoink that function. And just call that function whenever I... Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna yoink that. Put that at the end here. Like this. And here when I do this, I can just call update score. Or get node number. Nah, this one. Okay, this one is gonna be score. Or let's say score label. And then this one is gonna be score. Text will be equal to score. Okay, I think that's cool. I can also, yeah, call an update score at the very beginning. In the ready function. Oh, somebody's not happy. Property of text. If type string on a base object, null instance. Okay. No, that's okay. So the node that I want to get is going to be, is this then score label slash score? Ah, seems like it is. Okay, that's much better. So now, can I get score? That's the question. Can I get my dopamine fix? Eee. Okay, yeah. Well, not if I play like this. It still feels like they spin incorrectly. Oh no. Oh boy. I don't think I'm going to be able to clear a single line. Oh boy. Okay. I'm giving up. I restart. It's too hard for me. Oh, I also don't have the push down. And I don't have the next box. I do think that I want the next box though. That's probably the next thing I'm going to do. Oh, score is 1. Look at this. It's incredible. Can he get it? Tetris, ladies and gentlemen. Can he get it? Oh boy. Oh boy. The struggle is real. Oh, oh my god. What am I doing? 2. High score. Okay. I'm so bad. That's crazy. Oh no. Oh no. I'm so bad at this game. Oh my god. Wow. It doesn't control very well. I swear to god, the J and L pieces. I mean, I tried the pivot in 2 places and it just doesn't feel right. Oh my god, are you kidding me, dude? Please, a long bar. Please, I need it. Long bar. Oh, 4-0. Maybe I should not have added the score, right? Maybe I felt better about myself before I did. Oh man, bad life. Oh, like this. Yep, 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 yep. So good. I just want to try, scoring more than one line at a time, just to make sure that it scores correctly. Hmm. Oh, that was bad. Mm, come on. No, 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 I had it. Oh, Jesus. Okay. I gotta score more than one line at a time. I just have to. I just have to. You boy. Come on. I'm so mad. Come on. I can't. I can't do it. I'm so bad at this game. Oh my god. Come on, man. Oh, come on, man. Come on. I just want to score more than one line at a time. I might just have to slow down the pieces. Maybe they're just falling too fast. Yep. Oof. Oh boy. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, okay. I do have a comment. Did I check super news? Oh. Yeah, it could be. I mean, I'm good. You know what? I'm gonna do like I did before, and I'm just gonna make the pieces fall very slowly, and I can check the rotation. Okay, so that rotation is fine, right? It does rotate correctly around the pivot. Now, this one is fine. Yeah, it's really just the J and the L that I want to check out. Yeah, that's fine. Come on. Okay, yeah. I mean, they do rotate correctly, right? Like they do rotate correctly. I think it might just be, you know, the thing is it starts like this, I rotate twice and then like boom, it just makes the piece too closer to the ground when you rotate like from there to there. And with the board being even smaller than in a normal Tetris game, it cuts too much of the board, I feel like. But it does rotate correctly. And I think there's also the fact that if I rotate pretty much at the same time as a piece falls, then like especially when I do this rotation at the same time as it falls, it just makes the piece 3 closer to the ground, which is absolutely insane for a board that's 12 squares high. So yeah, the thing is, it used to be around the middle square, and I had the same complaint. Maybe I just like to complain. But it did feel very off. Because that's what I thought. I didn't want it to, you know, rotate like this. But yeah, I think it might just be a question of timing. But I mean, I can try to do what I did back, just undo the changes that I previously did. Oh, you know what? I can actually do it like super easy. Like this, well, like that. And then I take this line, boom, and I put it on top. Crazy stuff. And I can do the same with this one. I take this right here. Yo, that's actually super easy. Boom. And here, if we test, okay. Yeah, so see it, I feel like it's less sudden what happens. And that's what I had previously. But like, I swear to God, it doesn't rotate the way that you want it to rotate when you're playing the game. Actually, I think this piece, the L piece, it did feel weird when it was rotating in the previous method, like before I just changed it. But the J piece, the green one, in this case is green. This one did not feel off when it was rotating. So I'm thinking that maybe it's just because of intuition, and maybe in the real game of Tetris, this one, the L piece, maybe it rotates this way, but maybe the J piece actually does rotate around the corner one, right? Maybe, I don't know. Because I feel like if I get a J piece right now, I'm gonna feel like it's weird. Yeah. So, maybe it's a little weird. Maybe it's a little weird. Hmm. Doesn't feel that weird, but no, it does feel kind of weird. What if I try? Okay, and that's, what if just the J piece stays as it was, and the L piece is how I just changed it. So I don't know. Like this one, I don't know why this one doesn't. Oh, I know why it doesn't feel that weird. Because look, here, +1, here, +1. There's never the rotation that does the +2, right? Like the other one. And here, actually, it's -2, but that's fine. Maybe that's why the transition just feels less abrupt. I think that's why. Okay, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to put a speed that is not going to be 0.3 because I'm just bad at the game. It's going to be 0.5. And this way I should be able to score more than one line at a time. I just really want to make sure that the scoring system works. And I'm just too bad to do it. Let's try to do a Tetris. Okay, this feels normal here. This feels way normal. Okay, I can't wait to see the J, but now it feels kind of slow. It's almost half as fast as it used to be. Okay, like this. Come on, I'm gonna get a Tetris. Okay. Okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on, give me a long bar. Come on. Come on. No. Please, no. I had it. I got a drought. I got a drought. Come on, I got a drought. I I just can't help. You know what? It does feel weird a little bit. Never mind, never mind what I said. It does feel weird. I think I'm gonna do the same thing to this piece that I just did to the L piece. No, no, okay, okay, come on. Sorry, I almost threw. I do wish I could push down. Okay, come on. 2 lines. Gonna score 3? It did. It did. Now I want to try at least 3 lines at the same time. And if I can, if I may be so bold, maybe even get a Tetris. It's not very fast. Maybe I should really just add the pushing down. Or maybe instead of making the game slower, I should really just add the next box. And then, it would be easier. Okay. Come on. Oh, a triple. Ooh, baby, a triple. +9, +9. Oh, 14. That's crazy. Yeah, I know. The board is so small. It's just that I was using you can see in the corner here, the dimensions of the window that are given by default by Godot. Uh, so I used that and I couldn't fit much more than the squares that I have right now, but I could literally just make the window higher, which would be a lot better. And also, if the board was higher, then I could make sure, then I could make sure that, yeah, see, even at this speed, when you have so little space to move, it's really difficult. Hey, thank you so much. Thanks for watching, and yeah. The game, by the way, I don't have a link right now, but I'm gonna make it available, uh, at the end of the weekend on itch.io. I don't know if I'm gonna do like with the Suika game clone that I did like a year ago, where I might just take some time, uh, you know, by myself, right after the quote unquote game jam is done, and maybe add sounds, maybe make things look a little prettier or something. But in any case, it's going to be available on itch.io at the end. So I'm probably going to be putting the link in the description of every single stream, and the streams are still going to be available on the channel if you want to look and play the game. So yeah, I'm pretty much no, I'm gonna add the next box at minimum, and then maybe I'm gonna add a lost condition, I guess. Yeah, I think I will. And after that, I'll be done for today because the Tetris game is gonna be pretty much complete. And tomorrow, the final day, is going to be me adding as many new cool mechanics as I can, right? Trying to turn it into a roguelike. A Tetris roguelike. Would be fun. Okay, good score, but I want to see a Tetris happen. So that's the goal now. It does rotate weird. It does rotate weird. Wait, yeah, uh, right here. It does rotate weird. Yup. Let's go. Yeah. Okay, let's go. We're ready. Tetris or bust. I'm not trying to score anything except the Tetris here. Come on. Yeah, I wish I had the next box so that I could think about my next moves. Okay. Not too bad. Wait, yeah, like this. Yeah, like this. Okay. You know what? Like this is better, I think. Oh, it's almost like I had the next box. Okay, come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay, I'm ready for a Tetris. Come on. Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, I'm also not. No, it was my opportunity. I had a Tetris. No. I'm so bad. Oh my god. Oh, oh my god. I've done it. I've done it. I would like to thank my dad, my mom, my dog. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. So, as I was saying, yeah, I mean, I also don't do projects as much as I wish. I mean, the last time I did a game project, uh, was it in Godo? The last one that I did, it was like in 2024. No, that's not true. I did do an Unreal Engine project in the meantime, but last time I used Godot was like a year and a half ago. So yeah, when I started yesterday, I did not remember anything about you. Like I was so bad. So I did use as a crutch my project that I had done a year and a half ago, the Suika game project here. I did use that as a crutch at first. And yeah, I just copy pasted some of the code, just looked at how I had used some of the nodes and whatnot. So, yeah. But, you know, once you get back to it, once you have like a couple things in your scene that you can manipulate and it's more about the logic of your game, then it becomes, you know, it becomes a lot smoother. I feel like getting started is usually the harder part of anything at all. So sometimes I just do like, okay, this weekend I'm gonna do it. And yeah, that's what I did this weekend. It had been a while. It had been a while. Okay, well. I might, you know, I just showed my Suika game. I'm just gonna do a quick plug, actually. So if I go on itch.io, here is my profile. So godfrost42.itch.io. So yeah, and there's a couple of games here. That's a game I did during a real game jam. That as well, but you need multiple controllers, so this is a project that I did in Unity. Oh, that's my Unreal Engine project. I'm just gonna, you know, it doesn't really work all that well. It crashes easily and whatnot. So maybe just look at the video on the page. Maybe don't download it. Maybe just look at the video. Yeah, but that's the Suika clone if you want to play. And on this page, I'm gonna add my, you know, the Godfrost42itch.io. This is where I'm gonna add the game when it's done for those that are interested. Yeah, I mean, I'm not a very good visual artist all that much. When I really put my mind to it, I'm not that bad. I mean, like, I really like my art in puzzle manner. But it did take a long time to do the 3D models. I'm really proud of this one. It was the computer that I had at the time when I made the game. And yeah, it looked pretty much exactly like that. So I was really proud of that. I think I'm almost better at 3D modeling than like 2D art, but it's so much easier to do a 2D game. So, yeah. But yeah, full walkthrough. Look at this. It's amazing. Oh. Yeah, the quality is not great on that video though. Well, anyways, these are a couple of projects that you can see on my page if you want to. And the Suika game, it was a bit cropped when I was playing in the editor because of the dimensions of the game. But here, it fits much better. So you can actually see the bottom of the game if you decide to try it out. So yeah, that was my quick plug. That being said, there's not that much left. Yeah, I mean, I can do a little bit of art. It's just I don't do a lot of art in general, especially not like drawing like with my hands for real. I do a bit of digital art sometimes for projects like these, but the thing is, I'm mostly really slow. So if I want anything to look any kind of good, it takes so much time for me. So that's a big like barrier for my projects, for the art of my projects. This is why for the Suika game project, I did make it look a lot better after the like quote unquote game jam in which I did the game. So, and I also streamed that when I did it. So it took me about 11 hours on stream in 3 parts. When I did the Suika game, but it didn't look as good as it does right now. I mean, I guess the the main part of the meat, was there, but like the score, with the drop shadow and stuff, all of that I did afterwards. I feel like the game looks a lot better, and I did add the sounds as well, the little pop sounds when the fruits fuse. It just feels so good. Like right here, I really feel like if there was some kind of juice when you clear the line, it would feel a lot better. Like a little pop, a little something would feel a lot cooler. But I'm really focusing on the gameplay, so yeah, no, I mean exactly, right? Like you don't need a lot of art for Tetris. And I actually kind of like the crude squares that I drew super fast in paint.net to like the dropping pieces. I kind of like the way it's highlighted. And I also like the way that it suddenly becomes like super clean when they just become part of the background. Well, part of the grid. That's kind of nice. It highlights really well the one you're doing. But at first I actually wanted every colored square to just be like a hand-drawn style. I thought it would look cool, but I don't know. Maybe it would look cool, but I like the highlighting effect that I get right now. So who knows? Maybe after the jam is done and I revisit it, maybe I'll try to just make all of the squares change sprites when they change color as well. I mean, I could do it in that function. It's just when I change the color for these, I could change the sprite, and here change the sprite. I don't know. I don't really feel like doing that. I'm gonna be honest. But I do feel like adding a next box. So, okay, in this case, the next box is gonna have to be pretty much like a grid of squares, right? So, okay, let's say I just add really quick a label as well, which is gonna be next label. And here I'm gonna be just next 2 point. Okay, again, label settings. In that object, I'm gonna change the font to be my trusty 40 pixel. And I'm gonna go see where it's at. It's right here. That's cool, but I will want it to be, yeah, transform. I do want that to be like around here or something, right? So position maybe, well, this one is at what? No, it actually needs to be a bit higher. Yeah, let's say like this. So if I press F5, where is it compared to the board? Pretty good spot, I guess. Maybe a little more to the right, like this. Okay, good enough. And under it, I'm going to add a new child node, which is going to be nah, I'm not going to add a child node. I'm simply going to spawn a bunch of stuff when I start. So, okay. If I go in scripts, I don't care about the output. I don't need this. So I already spawn a grid when I start, this grid. So I kind of want to spawn a grid like that, but it's 5 by 5 and it's around here. That's what I want to do. So let's just, so grid squares, that's cool. Grid variables. I'm going to do, oops, next box. See. Next squares. and next sprites. So hey, thank you so much. Have a nice one. And I encourage you to check out the game once it's done. Okay, next sprites. Yeah, I'm gonna. Okay, just next to this core. Sure. Now when I start. Okay, yeah, so here. Um did I? Am I muted? No, I'm not. Is that a final troll? Mm-hmm. That's a funny one. See ya. Okay, so displace squares in the next box. So I'm gonna do pretty much the same. You do realize I have my phone next to me where I can check, and I hear myself in the stream on my phone, so I know I'm not muted. Square resize. Okay, so here it's gonna be next squares, next squares. Yeah, so a bunch of grid stuff. And this size, no, it's gonna be, well, it's gonna be 25. Let's be real here. In range 25. Okay. So again, 25. Here it's gonna be in range 5. 5. Okay. Yeah, well, okay, spawn grid squares. Here's gonna be spawn next square. Yeah. Spawn grid square. Next sprites. It's okay. Yeah, I guess. I'm wondering, could I make the next box like smaller? Maybe. I don't know. Oh, also, so that's cool, but I think they should actually be null. Okay, and then spawn piece. So when I spawn the piece, Okay, so actually, right. So the squares should be equal to the other squares. So p squares, yeah, okay, so, no, yeah, so p squares should be equal to next squares, and next squares should be equal to the new one. That being said, this line could also happen at the very beginning before I do spawn piece. So before I do spawn piece, I should do this. Oh yeah, so actually, no, yeah, actually I don't need to initialize that. Yeah, like this. Okay, so next square should be equal to a random part of the proto pieces. So just, it should take one of the piece prototypes. Then I get the sprites ready and whatnot. Then I spawn the next square. Spawn next square. Okay, yeah, I just, yeah. And spawn next square, this should be like, yeah, okay, but do I not display them? What? What do you mean? In the ready function, yeah. On next square. Oh, yeah. I mean, of course. What do you mean? Why 27? No, not times call max. Times 5. Okay, so that's good. Except that when I instantiate them, I need to set their position. And the position, yeah, okay, sure. So the position is going to be kind of stupid, but yeah, spawn next square. Yeah, spawn next square. So yeah, they're going to have a weird position. So they're going to be at this level here. Let's say 2 more squares. So 2, 3, and 4. They're at 4. And this is like 11, 12, 13, 14. So they're going to start at 4 and 14. Oh boy. That's a little much. Plus 4? Oh no. It was plus, yeah. row and column. Oh, plus 14? No, that's way too much. No, you're plus 4. And you're plus 14? Yeah? You know, that's way too much again. One, two, three, four. Well, let's just do plus 4 on both sides. No. Oh, no, no, no. It has to be more than that. Oh, no, it's 9 large. So it starts at 11. Okay, okay. No, I had it. I had it. It's just a bit too much. Yeah, that's kind of okay. But then again, why are they grid? They're supposed to be null. Well, nice. Yeah, but oh, because I don't color them. Because I don't color them. Where's my color function? It's right here. Change color. Oh, you do get the spread in the, okay, yeah. So I can do that. So when I spawn them here, I can just change the color. So it's going to be next sprites at that position. Yeah, or I can just iterate through it again. Red dot size. What I'm going to do is change color. And the color is going to be for next sprites as well as yeah, next squares at position. Oh, it's going to be at position I as well. Right? I think so. Okay, yeah, that's good. Oh, that's pretty good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, and once I'm done here. Right. Okay, so I need to update that frequently. So this I also do whenever I generate a new one. Also, I feel like well, next square is just yeah, the column plus 11 is a bit too much. Plus 10 is better, I think. And now, now. Spawn position. Input. Wait, when I change it. Okay, so it's when I generate a new one. Probably in spawn piece, yeah. So I do that, and then I need to update this as well. Okay, so okay. So for example, if I go here, I know what the next one is. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, works like a charm. Even though my code is kind of a mess, so many functions all in one file, I did make things kind of A little bit modular. You know, I feel like I wrote the code in a way that makes it super easy to add stuff and modify and reuse. I do think that it really helps me accelerate because this project I feel is a lot more complicated than the Suika game. And yet, I don't know. I feel like my velocity is not bad. I'm gonna get a line. I'm gonna get a line. Now that I have a next box, it really does feel like it's falling too slow. Yeah, I'm just gonna accelerate a little bit, but it's pretty like at this point it's pretty fun to play, I would say. So 0.3 should be fine now. Yeah, it's a lot faster. But I can already, you know, imagine where I'm gonna put stuff, so oh yeah. It feels kinda good actually. That's pretty nice. That is pretty nice. Oh, I'm gonna get a Tetris. Ooh, I'm gonna get a Tetris. Ooh, he's done it. He has indeed done it. Yep. Another one. Look at this. Oh, that's clean. What a player. Come on, a double. That's not too bad. That's good. Okay. That's pretty cool. That is indeed pretty cool. Oh, yeah. Look at that. No. Okay. Yep. 64 score. Almost everything in the first two Tetris I got. There was almost everything. Okay, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I mean, okay. The one thing that I want to add before I stop the stream for today, because I've been streaming for how long? Is it not written? Yeah. OBS tells me 3 hours and a half, and that's my second stream today. The first one was what, 4 hours and a half, something like that. So yeah, I did spend a lot of time coding today. But the one last thing I want to do, it's really just the lose condition. So I would like to have, like, when I lose, something that first off completely stops the game, right? So probably like I stop the update function or whatever. And then something that just reloads the scene. Like probably just yeah, well, okay. So it everything stops and then maybe like something appears on top of the screen that says like, ooh, press R to blah blah blah. And then when you press a key like R, it just restarts. Just reloads the scene as if it was fresh. And once I've done that, I'm done for tonight. That would be it. So let's see if I can do it. Okay. I have something that I've done that was very similar. Here, the lose button. Okay, get tree, reload current scene. It's something that I can do. Okay, So here I can say, maybe at all times, I can just add the R. Say that key code. R. Okay, already just try this. Okay, it's the bad game. Okay, I'm restarting. And what if I have some score? Will it restart correctly? I have some score. Let's get a second line clear, just to make sure. Okay, and then, boom, it does restart the score. Okay, so that's good. So I'm gonna keep the R button being there because when I get a bad game or something, instead of just pressing X, I can just press R. So that's very useful. And it just resets everything. So that's good. All right. I mean, the fact that I can press R, do I really need the game to stop when I lose? I guess so. I guess so. I guess I don't need to put something on the screen, but I would like the blocks to stop spawning. I would just like things to stop in general. And that means I want to stop the updating process. So when I try to spawn, yeah, better than that. Blocked or is blocked. But test that thing is square available. Please check for collision. Oh, but I check for collision for hypothetical. Yeah. Mm. One piece. But that's just the display here, right? Is the sprites only? Change color, yeah. Okay, it's only that. So, but I can do it at the end. It's fine. Here it's gonna be display the piece. Get next box piece. Get new piece. Get next box piece. Display piece. And here I'm gonna add a bit of text, which is check if the bond piece has collided on position collides, just if it collides. Or yeah, contains collision. Is collision found equal false? You go over these. So in this case, it's gonna be p squares. Well, I don't need to do it like that. I don't think so. I can just do if is blocked 0 0, right? If you're completely blocked when you just spawned in, then I do like hashtag lose and and then lose, it just means that everything stops. So what I want to do at that point is going to be Godot stop update stop underscore update, right? No, no, no. No. Okay, maybe it's not called update. What is it called? Func underscore. There's ready process. Ah, stop process. Yeah. Okay. Get tree dot pause equal true. Okay. Sure. Why not? Hashtag lose. Yeah, get tree is pause true. Okay. So let's try to lose now. It's gonna be really hard. Okay, see, that's good. I just lost. That's fine. I can press R. And I totally can press R. Okay, it doesn't work. That's not what I want. I don't want to pause. That's not what I want. I don't want to pause menu. So this is not what I want. This is not what I want. Assess. Oh, okay. Yeah. Cool. Oh no. It's so difficult. I'm about to lose. What am I going to do? Maybe lose. Okay. And I'm done. No, I'm not. Oh, my phone died. Dang. I guess it didn't like looking at my streams for so long today. Yeah, but that's really strange, though. Oh, it's because I can still receive inputs and stuff. Yeah. Okay, so the input function. func underscore process an unhandled key input. So I still want that function to run, but I do want to check additionally. So like this is just something that I always want to check, right? But for the rest, I do want to add a guard, which is if not is processing or something. Yeah, is processing return. Something like that. Yeah, so if not is processing, return. I think this checks. Yeah, true. If processing is enabled, see set process. So if I'm not processing, then I don't want to see those key inputs happen. But I do want the R to be available at all times. So here, boom, 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 we're happy. We're gonna lose real quick. Real quick. Okay. Okay, nothing works. I'm trying it, nothing works. Here, if I press R, boom. Come on, that's good. I'm gonna try to do the same thing, but making sure that the score gets deleted. If there was any score. So I do have a score now. Okay, yeah, just make it easier to lose. Okay, now I've lost. And when I can't do anything, and when I press R, boom. Okay, so that's perfect. As far as I'm concerned, that's all I need to have a correct lose condition, meaning that now I am done for tonight. It is midnight and a half where I'm at. Uh, I have streamed a lot today, and I pretty much built Tetris entirely today. I really didn't do much yesterday. Like, really didn't do much. I barely just looked at the editor and kind of reminded myself of some basic Godot concepts. Now I feel like, at least the couple of nodes I'm using, I feel like I understand how they work. I feel like it's pretty easy for me to have a certain amount of velocity in adding features. And honestly, the fact that it's all messy and in a single file, I don't have to worry about how to pass variables between like different scripts and whatnot and how to connect scripts together. I'm just handling everything in the same place. Super easy. Most of the time, if I want to do something, I just create a data structure that does it, and it just works, man. It just works. So it's cool. It's fine. It's certainly not optimized, and it wouldn't be scalable or for the level of a full game. I would have to have more than one script. But currently, for game jam, it's super simple, especially a one-man game jam where I'm doing, the art and the programming and everything. So that's cool. So yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to change the name of the live stream for tomorrow. It's not gonna be a Tetris clone. It's gonna be a Tetris roguelike. That's right. And actually, I feel like at this point, I'm going because this project is called Tetris Clone. So I feel like the first thing we're going to do tomorrow, and I'm going to leave it for tomorrow, is I feel like I'm going to duplicate the project. And the new duplicate, I'm going to change the name. It's going to be like Tetris Roguelike or something instead of Tetris Clone. So, yeah, it's a big step. As far as I'm concerned, this is Tetris. And I'm done with Tetris. So, yeah, have a nice one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.